Hey guys, John Grimsmo here, bringing you yet another Timascus inspired knife making Tuesday. Alright, last week I machined the back side of all my Timascus handles, and now I've got them fixtured up to my fixture here to do the top side. So these are my Timascus handles, screwed in from the back side of the fixture. That's why I did all the thread milling last week, so that I could go in the back side with little screws. And then from the top, absolutely nothing is protruding, so I can do all my topside machining without any clamping changes whatsoever, which is pretty cool. And then I can face the whole tops off, because you can see they're sort of a grained, lined finish from when Alpha Knife Supply faced it down. So I'm just going to take a face mill and skim it down really slowly and get a really good surface finish that way, and get it down to the exact thickness that I want. So let's get right to it. One of the best parts about doing the top side of the handles is there's really no code changes for me to do, because I'm going to do a honeycomb pattern, so it's more or less the exact same as all my other honeycomb handles, you know, all the same code. Whereas doing the back side, it almost all had to be custom coded individually to fit all the thumb studs and pocket clips and everything inside there. So the top sides are going to be relatively easier to do. So I'm going to start the mill right now. So I put a few replacement tools in, and I swapped out different tool holders for the ones that I need to do the top side of the handles. And now I'm just doing an automatic probing routine to set all the tool offsets, because every tool is a different offset and the machine needs to know exactly how long it is. So every time you change a tool, it's going to be a little bit different. So this automatically goes through every one in the carousel and zeroes them out perfect. So I'm using Tormac's electronic tool setter, which is an excellent little device. Not cheap, but really fantastic and worth every penny. I use it all the time. Sweet. Oh, and then the lock bar cut out, rough it out. So to do that, I'm using the Lakeshore Carbide 4-flute variable geometry end mill. Love that thing. So much better. The variable is so much better than a regular straight flute, or whatever it's called. But yeah, same thing on this side, and then we're good to go. Okay, next up I'm going to use the Tormac Superfly face mill to face down the top of the parts. This isn't an ideal scenario because I can't really move the tool too far off to the left side of the part. Ideally I'd start way outside the part, face it, and then end outside the part. I can't start on this side because then I'll end in the part, and that'll possibly leave one line or something. So I think I'm going to start here, go up, and then rake it to the side. We'll see if it works. I'll do that manually in a few passes, and we'll see how she runs. So it's becoming pretty clear that the top edge of the part was considerably thicker than the bottom part. But this way it'll make it totally flat, and my corner rounder will look perfect. For speeds and feeds, I'm guessing on the RPM, it's probably like 1,000 or something. The feed rate's about 30 inches per minute. I'm scooting along pretty good. And I was doing 1 thou passes, but now I'm doing 2 thou, and it seems to work alright. Well, they look like they turned out just perfect. You can still see the Timascus pattern just in the raw metal, even without anodizing on it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, really good surface finish. I finished at about 5 inches per minute just manually, doing a spring pass. So not really taking off much. Awesome. And then Eric's going to sand them up anyway, so no big deal. Sweet, now I can go ahead and machine the rest of it. So now I'm going in with a 5-flute finishing end mill, also from Lakeshore Carbide. That's just doing a finished profile to give a really nice surface finish. Well, so I sort of got busy with other work and forgot to film the rest of it. But they're all done. Okay, next up, while I'm in Timascus mode, is to do the pocket clips. So I've got 2 Timascus pocket clips and 2 Damascus pocket clips that I've had kicking around forever. Just need to finish the top side on them. They're all spoken for, so don't even ask. But I do have lots of Timascus and Damascus thumb studs, so if you have a knife coming and you want one of those, just let me know. For a nominal fee. So I'm going to start milling these right now. So both the Timascus and the Damascus had a pretty rough machine finish on the top, so I went in with a 3 insert toroid end mill from Tormac, with some aluminum inserts because they're nice and sharp and shiny, and I just faced them down, you know, cut the top off, made them nice and smooth and relatively flat. You can see there's some sections that I missed because they were just that much thinner than the rest of it, so it's fine like that. And then Eric will go in and use the grinder and grind them flat afterwards. But so now I'm just going to use my 1/4-inch variable flute and profile the outside just like we did the handles. And then corner round and then engrave the logo and they're good to go. This one here is my corner rounder. Nice. Wow, it's undercutting a lot. Hate that. Oh, that sucks. The stainless steel sounds a lot different. For our tester, Eric's heat anodizing the first one. Oh, cool.
Yeah, if you look just right.
I see it on the side. You can look at the camera.
Nice.
Alright, a bit more progress on the Timascus. Eric's been sanding it a bit, and what do you think?
Yeah, that's just, what, A45 on the Trizac CF belt? So I'll still go up at least one more belt, and...
Yeah, the pattern's really starting to show.
Yeah. I'm having a problem with these CF belts, though, and I keep on getting, like, a grain of sand or something that'll just run along and put scratches everywhere. So I always try to go back and get them out, and then another one comes in.
You can't really see the pattern on this side.
No. A little bit over here, but
I don't know.
it'll pop.
But yeah, once you get them flat, the pattern really starts to show.
Yeah.
So Eric's just going up in belts. This is an A30. Looking good.
Getting there.
This is so scary. I like to just burn off all the condensation.
Oh, wow. Holy crap, here we go.
So bloody cool.
Why is this the first one we've done?
Because we can't afford it. I mean, it's even, it's two colors, it looks great. He's not doing any sort of frills or anything like that. There's no pick on this one. I really want to obscure.
It looks like all the color is going to be on the top of it anyway. This is how we roll. Of course, the thin part, is the first to go.
Dude, look at this darker stuff though, where it went more blue.
Yeah, I'd say that's done.
Yeah,
maybe.
Maybe the tip.
Done?
And done.
Oh my god.
That polish looks awesome.
They're so shiny and the lighting is so weird. I can't get this to show properly. Well, that looks amazing.
Hey guys, Eric here again. I wanted to go over our finished Timascus project. It's been in the works for quite a while, and we have a very, very patient customer waiting for it. But we wanted to get everything just right before we dove into working on something so scary. I think the material alone for the handles and the clip was a little under $600, so the full price of one of our other knives in just the handle material gets a little scary to work on. So we wanted everything perfect before we dove into it. And boy, are we glad we waited. Because it has turned out amazing. If I do say so myself. I spent quite a while polishing the handles, which, after the fact, I am glad I took the time, and next time I think I'll do it even more. But I was kind of worried because after polishing these handles, they were really scratch prone. Like, you'd rub your finger across it like this. And especially me, I usually have, some metal and stuff ground in my thumb. So you do that, and then it scratches the crap out of it, and you have to go polish it back out. But what seemed to happen when I heat anodized this with the torch, it seems to have, beefined it up. And I guess I have heard that when you anodize it, it does kind of put a tiny layer of something on the outside of the titanium. And I think when we heat anodize stuff, it seems to make them even more durable. I don't know, I might just be making this stuff up, but like when I've scotch-brighted the spines of some of the heat anodized knives I've done, it seems like I actually have to work through a little bit more of a layer than the regular, acid bath kind of anodizing. That stuff comes off a little bit easier, a little bit more when we, through use in the pocket. Like my spines here, they're losing some of the color in the high wear areas. But yeah, just a little side note there. But other than that, things turned out amazing with this knife. I kind of don't know what else to say. We used regular titanium spacers, and I just heat anodized them a little random to hopefully to match the Timascus pattern a little bit. And then we did use a Timascus thumb stud, which is just kind of fun. And the clip turned out pretty cool too. Okay, now I'm getting awkward holding things. But yeah. So we do want to do a lot more with this material. Getting all excited holding this thing. Hey, there's me. That's not shiny at all. Alright, now I'm just playing with it. Well, I should go before I say anything worse.